Welcome back to lesson 3. And in this lesson, we have talked about persuasion, and we are also talked about attitude and attitude change. Now, let's look at uh, today. Now, we are looking at attitude behavior relationship. So, when we talk about attitude behavior relationship, we are talking about the connection between an individual attitude and behavior. So let us know that behavior and attitudes are interconnected. So the attitude that one develops will change the behavior, and the behavior that one develops will change the attitude. So attitudes can predict and shape behavior, and behavior can also shape and reinforce attitude. So if you want somebody's behavior to change, let that person change their attitude. When the person changes the attitude, they also change the behavior. So there is a relationship between behavior and attitude. There is a very big relationship between behavior and attitude. So there are factors that affect the relationship between the behavior and attitude. So attitude strengthens, strong attitudes are more likely to predict behavior. So if one creates a certain attitude toward something, it will create a certain behavior. For example, maybe you liked certain food. Now, because of something that happens in between, you change that food. You hate that food. And when you hate that food, even your behavior toward that food will also change. Attitude accessibility. Easily accessible attitudes are more likely to influence behavior. So if you want to influence people, you need to change their attitude over something. Then there is also the other thing, it is situational factors. Social norms, opportunities, and context can influence behavior. Um, when we talk about the attitude, which is situational attitude, you may find that a person may behave in a certain way because of the influence of the environment or the society that that person belongs to. That is the society will create even the way a person behave, the way a person dress. That's why you may find their professional dressing. The way engineers dress may be different from the way uh, actors dress. So the situation factors may change the behavior and the attitude of somebody. Then there is personal factors, self-control, motivation, and personality can influence somebody' behavior. So you know your self-control, because you develop self-control or you're motivated, uh, or the personality may also be able to change the behavior, someone's behavior. So there are theories that creates the behavior of somebody. So there is theory of planned behavior, which is attitudes are subjective. Attitudes, subjective norms, and perceived behavioral control influence intention and behavior. So this theory states that your attitude and your beliefs, your norms can change or can determine your behavior. So the more you change, the more you are influenced or persuaded to change your belief, it will result in the change of behavior. Your behavior is determined by your belief. or what you begin to understand, or what you begin to know, the knowledge that you acquire may change your behavior. That is what is called theory of plant behavior. So you may be given a certain information to change your behavior. Then there is also what is called attitude behavioral consistence theory. This theory states that attitude can predict behavior when they are strong, accessible, and relevant. So, when a person is being told something time and again, you are hearing something time and again, it will change your behavior. I'll give you an example for the Rwandan genocide, where they they told them this ethnic, they are cockroaches, so you need to kill them. They kill cockroach, you need to kill this person. So when it comes to whereby uh, especially where those are you who are doing peacekeeping, peace building and conflict resolution, some of the things that changes the behavior toward what is called, which brings conflicts, it is because of repeating something time and again. No, this tribe is bad. No, these people are evil. These people are evil. No, you don't trust this tribe. You don't do this. So as people are growing, they bring they develop negative attitude towards something. When they create negative attitude toward a certain ethnic group, that brings about conflict. So even if when you where even if such ethnic group or such group brings in something constructive, you will oppose. Just like the way you see that, like in political parties, they bring about issues that may be contradicting. The you the attitude, the other attitude that I can give example is, as I said, oh, because I belong to this group, that is behavioral attitude, the inconsistency because of this. You see, so consistency whereby people are developing, where people are hearing the same thing. That's why you find that if one belongs to a certain ethnic group, they'll behave in a certain way. Why? Because of consistency. They are being brought up, they are being taught the same things. I remember when we were growing, we were told the tribes to marry and the tribes which you should not marry. And that we grew with it. You grow with something which may not even be true. You see, you develop an attitude and a behavior that creates a certain attitude or a certain behavior. So attitude uh, formation and persuasion can be used in marketing and advertising. That is, understanding the attitude behavior relationship can inform marketing strategies. So when you are doing for this one is used for those that are doing business, you use attitude formation to persuade your audience over your product. In social influence, that is, understanding relationship can promote positive social behavior. And in personal growth, recognizing the relationship can facilitate personal growth. So in lesson 3, we have talked about attitudes are dynamic that can be changed, can form change. So attitudes can be changed. And understanding attitude change can inform strategies for influencing attitude and behavior. So, as psychologists, you need to understand that attitude can change, and you can use these strategies like persuasion influence to change the attitude and the behavior of people. Same like in peace building and conflict resolution, you can use these dynamics of attitude change to change the behavior or the to change people's motives. Attitude changes is complex, involving multiple factors and theories. So you need to understand that for people to change their attitude, there are a lot of factors that needs to be considered. You who are doing what is called who are doing conflict resolution and peace building, you need to know that for you to achieve, you need to have these you need to understand the dynamics of attitude change, so that when you are approaching when you're approaching people in your profession, you know the nuggets that you are supposed to use. So persuasion is a complex process involving multiple elements as well. So persuasion can be effective when used ethically and strategically. So you don't need to use um, these elements outside your profession, but you have to use like persuasion as ethically. When we talk about ethically, we are talking about you are using it for the good. Like you who are in peace building, you are trying to use persuasion or attitude change so that people may live in harmony. In psychology, you are trying to use attitude change and persuasion so that this person may change the behavior. So, persuasion is used in many contexts, from marketing, advertising, and public speaking, and also social influence. So, by understanding persuasion and attitude formation and attitude change, you can develop effective strategies for influencing attitudes and behaviors. Thank you so much. I felt to make lesson 3 in one video, and I believe you have understood what and attitude formation, attitude change, and also persuasion, and also the relationship with behavior and attitude change and persuasion. Thank you so much. Remember to order this book, The Influence of Social Behavior. Thanks and God bless you. If you want to contact us, you can contact us on +260 976 18 12 53. +260 976 18 12 53. Thank you so much and God bless you.